Dear friends, roaring sounds of a lion were coming from the blessed house of the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him. When Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman was summoned and sent inside, what did he witness? The video has caused a sensation worldwide. Beloved viewers and listeners of Islamic streams, Assalamu alaikum. Dear friends, why were the sounds of a lion heard? Before we discuss this incident, today we will take you on a tour of a house. We will show you some blessed scenes from the house that was the residence of the best of creation, the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him. This is the model of the house of our beloved Prophet Muhammad, which was created by the Saudi government some time ago based on hadiths and various narrations, so that lovers of the Prophet from all over the world can come and see how the leader of the two worlds lived such a simple life. But recently, when the roaring sounds of a lion were heard, Mohammed bin Salman had to come, and something happened that left everyone astonished. To know everything, you have to stay with us in the video until the end. Before proceeding, please confirm that you have subscribed to our channel Islamic Streams. If not, then subscribe immediately and click on the bell icon so that you get notifications for our upcoming videos. Dear friends, this is the model of the house where the most mercy and blessings of the universe descended. If we take a look at this sacred dwelling, the first thing that catches our attention is its simplicity. Imagine for a moment that our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him, who had control over time and space, was not only the leader of this world but also of the other worlds. In short, he was the reason for the creation of the universe. Yet what value did he give to this worldly life? The first view we are sharing on your screen will give you an idea of how the structure of the house of the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, was. If you examine this model house, you will notice that right next to the main entrance, there was a small courtyard, and in one corner there was a bed and a mat spread on the ground. Traditions tell us that this was the blessed corner where our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, used to rest after returning home. Friends, in the other corner, there were cooking utensils and grinding tools. In another corner there was a clay pot filled with water, brought by your slaves from the well of Bir Gaz, Bir Saki, or Malik bin Nazar. They would fetch cool, sweet water for you and fill the pots. After the water was brought, it would be further cooled in a leather water bag. This courtyard at the main entrance had a simple bed, and you could also see a leather water bag hanging. This is the bag in which the drinking water for the Prophet, peace be upon him, was kept. Now, moving towards the interior of the house, you may see a door in the courtyard. This is the passage through which the Prophet, peace be upon him, used to enter the inner part of the house. The scene you are now seeing on your screens is the inside view of the Prophet's home. The lights you see on the screen, of course, have been installed by the Saudi government to illuminate this inner area, but in the Prophet's time, there was a device where a lamp was placed and lit at dusk. In the earthen walls of this room, you can see palm leaf mats spread on the floor. There is also a bed-like structure, where the Prophet, peace be upon him, used to rest, and a mat on the floor. The best of creation, the leader of the two worlds, preferred not to sleep on a bed. After worship, he would often lie on the floor. Now look at the ceiling of this inner part of the house. Palm bark was laid on top to provide shade and cover. If you look at the wall, you will see some dry branches of palm. Next to them, there was a small container for storing grains, and a staff that the Prophet, peace be upon him, used at the time. Nearby were the vessels from which the Prophet, peace be upon him, and his wives used to eat. The Prophet, peace be upon him, was very careful in his eating. Hazrat Abdullah bin Abbas narrated that the Prophet usually ate barley bread and vinegar. The Prophet would pray, "O Allah, grant the family of Muhammad sustenance just enough for life." Friends, once the mountains were offered to be turned into gold for the Prophet, but he replied, "O my Lord, I prefer to eat my fill one day and remain hungry the next, so that when I eat I thank you, and when I am hungry, I turn to you in supplication." The Prophet taught the lesson of asceticism and contentment. His own practice was that, despite wealth flowing in from every corner of Arabia, there was still concern and lack in his household. Hazrat Aisha, R.A., said, "The Prophet, peace be upon him, passed away without ever eating his fill." She also mentioned that on the day of his passing, there was nothing in the house for food except a little barley, which had been mortgaged to a Jewish man. Friends, this was the state of our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him's food. Now let's move to the incident we mentioned at the beginning. Friends, what happened was that roaring sounds of a lion were heard from the place where the model house was kept, but whenever someone went inside to check, nothing was found. When Mohammed bin Salman visited, the administration told him that at night, roaring sounds of a lion were heard from this place. Mohammed bin Salman said, "I will come at night myself to see what is happening." He went there at night, and when the roaring sounds were heard, they checked inside but found no lion. A religious scholar who was with them said, "Just as all of humanity loves the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, so too do animals and birds. Ignore these sounds." He then narrated an incident from the time when the Prophet, peace be upon him, was under the care of Hazrat Halima. When the Prophet was 3 years old, he asked his foster mother Halima, "Mother, where do my brothers go every day?" She replied, "Son, they go to graze the sheep." The Prophet said, "Mother, I want to go graze the sheep with my brothers." Halima replied, "No, son, you are very delicate, and I fear the sun might harm you." The Prophet's foster sister Shaima, standing nearby, said, "Mother, you talk about the sun? Whenever Brother Muhammad comes with us, clouds descend from the sky to provide shade." The Prophet insisted, so Halima granted permission. One day, the Prophet, peace be upon him, went to graze sheep with his brothers. After 4 or 5 days, Halima stopped him, saying, "Son, you should not go to graze sheep anymore." After 3 days, Halima's son came crying, saying, "Mother, a lion has taken away our sheep." Hearing this, Halima began to cry. The Prophet, peace be upon him, asked her why she was crying. She said, "Son, a lion has taken away our sheep." The Prophet replied, "Mother, don't cry. We will bring our sheep back from the lions." The Prophet, too, at the age of just 3, took Halima with him and went to the forest. He called out, "O lions of the forest, return my mother Halima's sheep." As soon as he said this, the lions came running with the sheep and bowed down at the feet of the Prophet, peace be upon him. The Prophet asked, "Didn't you know these sheep belong to my mother? Why did you take them?" The lions replied, "O beloved of Allah, we used to secretly watch you when you came to graze the sheep, admiring your beauty, as we longed to see the creation of the one who made you. But for 3 days, we didn't get to see you. So the elder lion said, 'If you want to see the Prophet again, take Halima's sheep, for he will surely come to retrieve them.' The sheep were just an excuse. Our real goal was to see you." Subhanallah. Dear friends, think about how even the lions of the jungle long to gaze upon the Prophet, peace be upon him. How much more should we, as believers, love the Prophet, peace be upon him, above everything else? Let us fill our eyes with modesty and light, simplify our lives, and always keep the beauty of the Prophet, peace be upon him, in our hearts. May Allah grant us all the vision of the Prophet, peace be upon him. Ameen. Friends, if you love and revere the Prophet, write Ameen and recite Durood in his honor. Please like the video and share it with your friends. Before you leave, confirm that you have subscribed to our channel Islamic Streams. If not, subscribe immediately and click the bell icon to get timely notifications for our upcoming videos. Take care of yourself, and we will meet again in the next video. Until then, Allah Hafiz.